Welcome to a very special episode of Two Beers and a Mic. Today, we talk about a very special beer review, a nice summery beer, I would say.
Yeah. Summer vibes.
We have a question of the day that I have yet to hear. Stone will be surprising me with that. And then to end the show, we talk about the top 3 draft pick of
Our
Icks. So,
you icky women.
This show is brought to you by Business Solutions Technology. Whether you need a printer, toner, or office supplies, Business Solutions has you covered. With corporate level product and family-owned customer service, there's not a box they don't check off when supplying you with your business needs. Business Solutions products are typically 50% the cost of your usual big business supplier. Looking at you, Staples. Looking at you, Office Depot. Get out of here with your bad selves. Yeah.
They suck.
BusinessSolutionsTechnology.net or call 214-663-3268. Use promo code 2, the number 2, beers, BEERS, to receive 20% off your first purchase. This is Two Beers and a Mic. Here we go.
Hey guys.
How you doing there, bud?
Oh, we're doing great. Feeling relaxed, feeling good, ready to crack open a beer. What you say?
Absolutely.
What are we trying today?
We're feeling
it's a watermelon something.
It's a watermelon something.
Summer vibes.
Watermelon Queen.
Watermelon Queen.
So it's getting a little hot outside. So this morning I walked outside and it was like 45 and I was taking the old doggo out to go, potty.
Yeah.
And I was like, ooh, a little chilly today.
Yeah.
Might
I was
need
in
to put
sweats
on a
and a
hoodie.
hoodie. Yeah.
Then I leave the house to come here so that we can record. And I walk outside and I'm like, damn, it's 85. And it's blazing out right now.
I hate it. Texas weather sucks.
I'm telling you. There's days when it has
we get 2 seasons.
Snowed.
Yep.
And been 90 degrees in the same day.
Yep. 2 seasons. Hot, cold.
Hot, cold. And they may occur in the same day.
3. Hot, cold, rainy.
Rainy. Hot, cold, storm.
Yeah, storm. Not rainy. Hot, cold, hail.
Hail.
We
Tornado.
saw hail for the first time at my house the other day.
Really?
Whenever that storm came through a couple weeks ago. Man, it was only probably about lima bean size, but I was kind of nervous. It was the first time I ever saw hail, really.
Well, my buddy Sam, him and his family own a roofing company. So if you ever have hail damage, hit up AC Roofing for your roofing needs. We don't like to give free plugs out there, but
when requested, we definitely will.
Absolutely. Yeah. So hit up AC Roofing in Paris, Texas. They will travel certain distances to inspect and get your roof. Most of the time, fun fact for you. Most of the time, if you work with AC Roofing, they will get you a roof that is completely covered by your insurance.
Nice.
And it doesn't cost a dime out of your pocket. So
that's the way to do it right there.
Anything, hit up AC Roofing. Free plug right there. So you're welcome. All right, let's try this Watermelon Queen, shall we?
Let's do it.
All right.
I love watermelon. Big watermelon guy.
The Watermelon Queen out of the SOK Lone Star sponsored fridge. All right. Sponsored fridge. So, right here we have a watermelon wheat ale by Lakewood Brewing Company.
Oh.
It is, let's see here, what we got here. We have, what's the percentage? Does it say? Good. 5.7%.
Nice.
So we may have to take an hour before we drive home today. I don't know.
No joke.
So this refreshing American wheat beer is perfect for the long days of summer, chilling on the porch or in the pool with friends.
Oh.
It tells us what it pairs
That's what
with.
I was going to say.
All right, go ahead and tell us what's it pair well with.
I love whenever drinks tell you that because, I'm not necessarily a connoisseur, right? So I don't know what everything is going to pair good with.
Yeah.
But this one says that it's good with salmon. I love grilling salmon. Burrata?
What is burrata? I'm gonna look that up.
Yeah, what's burrata? Or burrata?
Burrata.
Or parade floats, like just riding down on a parade float, like I guess Thanksgiving parade.
So burrata is an Italian cow milk cheese made from mozzarella and cream. How they know that it pairs well with that?
I would love to know.
I don't know. Maybe they have some Italians up in the mix at Lakewood Brewing Company. But shall we? It is a seasonal beer. It says on top.
Nice. Well, it is the season to be watermelony.
So if I were to compare this to something right off rip, I would say. Now, obviously, we haven't tasted it yet. You remember the Natter Days?
Yes.
The strawberry lemonade Natter
Yes.
Days? Dude, when those came out, oh my gosh, like how big those were when they first came out. And then like now, you don't see them ever.
Anywhere.
I thought they were pretty good though. At least it was like the first time a beer company, like before like seltzers got huge, like came out with something that wasn't beer.
Right.
I feel like.
Yeah.
You know, if you didn't want to get like a cider or I guess like something like this, which is a wheat ale, watermelon wheat ale. I know things like had hints of stuff.
Yeah.
But I mean, that was like basically drinking like strawberry lemonade.
Yeah. It was good.
But shall we crack this puppy open?
I'm with it.
All right.
For the ASMRs.
For the ASMRs out there. Pinkies.
Pinkies.
Ooh, that was a good one.
Always get a good crack out of it.
All right, buddy.
I do like the designing of this can too, though.
Oh yeah, they got a nice.
Definitely shows that a queen should be drinking this.
Oh yeah. For your
to the
all
queens
you out there. Let's see if you can get a zoom into this can. Okay, that's enough. All right, cheers, buddy.
To the queens. Little fizzy.
That's surprisingly very, very good.
Yeah, I agree.
I definitely taste the watermelon. A lot of beers tell me, like, they'll say, "Oh, this like has hints of honey or like blueberry or whatever," and you can't even taste it, you know. But I can definitely taste it. I
taste it in the aftertaste.
Yeah, absolutely.
During, I definitely taste that piney,
that
weedy.
Yeah,
ale taste. Oh,
I'm a fan.
Yeah. And we have changed our scale now, so we're gonna have to put this one on 1 to 10.
Yes. So on the last episode, which we will be now recurring throughout all the ones for you audio listeners, we'll be posting on Instagram and TikTok what our ratings are. But for all of you that watch on YouTube, you will be able to see live, like while we're recording this podcast right here, our rankings as of current. And what are we going to rate this one, Stone? Go ahead and give it your first rating.
I'm probably gonna have to give it a 6.7 out of 10. So it's definitely good.
Yeah,
it's not my favorite, but it's good. That it's a strong weedy taste.
It is
initially,
but
the flavoring of the watermelon kind of kicks it back a little bit. Takes it down a notch.
I think what they describe it as is very accurate. It's a watermelon wheat ale. I mean, you taste the wheat, you taste the watermelon. Yeah.
True to advertising.
I'm going to give it a 6.2. So we'll be averaging that out at what, a 6.5, I guess we'll say. So 6.5 for the Watermelon Queen. Actually, our highest beer, I think, as of right now, if I'm not mistaken, is a 9.2 on the scale. And I want to say it is the White Rock Ale House Begrudgery, the one that I rated.
Okay.
Now, you didn't get to taste that, so that was a solely me.
Yeah, thank God.
Solely me rating.
But dropped down to 2.
Yeah. But I'm a fan. I'm a fan of the Watermelon Queen.
Oh, yeah,
you gave me, a 5 is average and just like fair, anything under that's like something I just would not get.
Anything under 1.5 is undrinkable.
This is good. I like this. So yeah, 6.5, huh?
6.5. I'm with it. Nice. I would have that on a boat.
Yeah.
That's really the telltale sign of a good beer. Would you have it on a boat?
That's true. I would also say, okay, I think there's two variations, right?
Okay.
There's beer you'd have on a boat.
Okay.
There's also beer you would have sitting next to a campfire.
Oh, dude, that's a totally different beer.
Yeah.
At that point, I'm having like a Blue Moon, or something a little bit more thick. I know Blue Moon's probably a light beer to some of those out there, but to me, it's rather heavy.
Which soon,
or even your chocolate beer.
Yeah, my Guinnesses or my begrudgeries.
Yeah, I would love to try official Guinness one day
in Ireland. Who knows? 2 Beers International.
Dude, let's go. I'd love to go to Ireland. Please, just convince Tate.
We're looking at you listeners. If you guys want to see us go to Ireland, we need you to like, we need you to subscribe, and we need you to tell all your friends about 2 Beers and a Mic so that we can get to a point where we're in Ireland.
Yeah.
Shooting content for 2 Beers and a Mic.
That's what I'm thinking. Trying legitimate Guinness beer.
Yeah, but we'll stay in Dallas for now. Until we reach that point.
Yeah, we'll get there.
What was your favorite beer in college? Like, if you were to just like no frills, just like I could go to a bar, I could go to like a buddy's house.
I couldn't go to a bar in college.
Oh, that's true.
I wasn't smart enough to create my fake ID until
I wasn't either.
Way later in life. But you had a beard, so I feel you never even got ID'd.
No, which when we went to college,
unfair.
I mean, we had to go to the Veterans of Foreign Wars Club to, and that was actually a spot that the college kids actually went to. All my, like, when I tell my dad and like anyone their age that's what we had to do in SWASU to go drinking at all. What was the other place called? There was the VFW. And we even had a nickname for it. Wasn't it like the V? Like we went to the V.
Going to the V.
And then there was...
It was a newer one. Or no, it was...
Wasn't it called like Bingo or something? No?
It started with the B.
That's what I thought.
I can't remember. But it was just like a typical pool hall beer scene.
Yeah.
Bar scene type place.
I had been there once. I never physically went to college. Until like while I was old enough to drink.
Yeah.
And so you had to go to the VFW. Obviously 2 Beers and a Mic is not responsible for any underage drinking or any acts of stupidity while drinking. So 21 and up, keep it safe.
Drink responsibly.
As we talk about underage drinking. But
yeah, no joke. But the VFW is different. There's a VFW everywhere, man, and the most trouble you're going to find in there is if you go up to some old Marine and tell them you hate America.
Yeah. It was funny because they had it like typical VFWs in most places are just like old folks and
exactly.
and foreign war vets in there.
That's what it stands for. Veterans
Foreign Wars.
Yeah, Veterans Foreign Wars.
And you go to the VFW in Weatherford, Oklahoma, and you got a college kid working the bar. You got 30, 40 college kids in there playing pool.
It's the only bar in Weatherford, too, really, that
you
could go to. There weren't any dance halls or anything like that. But, man, I don't know. I can't. I like a chilled out bar scene, but I can't do like the club scene anymore.
Yeah.
I mean, even we went to Red River last night. I love Red River. I've had good and bad memories
like
of Red River. Yeah, Cowboys Red River.
Yeah.
And man, there's so many people and just getting bumped into, bro. And like I'm not gonna just automatically be like, man, what the fuck is wrong with you? Like if you bump into me or something like that. But I don't like being bumped into, especially when like there's another way around it. I feel that just provokes some shit,
Well, in places like Red River, like I'm only 23. I turned 24 in like a week.
Yeah.
But
yeah, happy early birthday.
Oh, thanks, buddy.
Yeah.
But like I just feel like I'm too young to be saying this, but I don't like the bar scenes either. Like I don't like the club scenes.
I'm getting too old for the club scene now, I realize. They still let 18-year-olds in there.
Yeah. Like I honestly want to, if I'm being honest, like I want to go, because most of the time if I go, I'm with friends that I really rarely get to see now because I have a full-time job and they have full-time jobs and, we're adulting now and, we've been doing that now. I mean, a lot of people that just hop into it, like, oh yeah, they still want to go to bars and clubs and all this type of stuff. But, once you're like, I've been in the job that I've been in for 5 years now and I just don't get to see people as often. I'd rather go to a bar and sit down at a booth
and have like good conversation.
Yeah, sit at the bar, actually be able to talk to them.
Yeah.
Instead of like not being. Now, if you want to go like with your girl and you want to go to a place like Cowboys Red River and you want to dance and you want to, do whatever. I'm not a good dancer, so like I don't thrive in those environments. But
that's okay. Yeah, just the bumping, man. It gets me. It gets me frustrated. And like whenever you're in any sort of bar scene like that, especially in Dallas, you're bound to get bumped into. I mean, that's like. I don't know, maybe it was just our ignorance in college, but like that's how like majority of fights started in college.
Yeah.
Like how would you, or it would just be somebody got pissed off because somebody else bumped into them, and then it's just testosterone proof. You know what I'm saying?
You got that? Yeah.
I swear.
Yeah.
I swear. I don't know, man. Did you ever get in a fight in college or anything like that?
So
or did you have like a group brawl?
Yeah, actually. So here's a funny story. So me weighing in now at 6'6", 285, I've thought as of right now, in the last 5-6 years that I've been in like college and college and beyond, not high school, that at some point someone would have looked at me or like in any circumstance and been like, oh, like let's go for the big guy, because that's always the first guy people go for, which I don't understand. I don't understand either, but like they just people that are smaller than you typically want to show their ability. I guess. I don't know. Like I would just happen. Like I don't do anything special to be this like weight or height or anything like that. Like I need to stretch, but
fair.
Like I just happen to be this big. Like the way God blessed me, and that's all I'll say about it. But so moving on. But like we were in this. So I went down and visited my friends in College Station.
Yeah,
and we went to this place called Shiner Park. It's like it's probably the most,
I know exactly what you're talking about.
I think it's the most popular like place. Like they actually have a pretty good like mix of music, like country, rap, like a bunch of different types of stuff. And so we're there, and like I just went down just to see like a few of my buddies that like live together and stuff. But like it seems like every weekend there's always 20-30 people from Paris that you'll like end up bumping into, like because a lot of them go to college there or a lot of them visit their friends there. So we're all at this place. There just so happens to be like 30 of us from Paris there, right? And so I had a buddy, one of my best friends, Sam, his brother Bailey, was walking through the dance floor or whatever, going to get a drink, whatever it may be. And this little frat kid, he probably like 5'6", dressed to the nines and vineyard vines, is like I like to say, got a sweater vest on, bumps into Bailey, and Bailey's like, "Hey man, like chill out." And he was like, "What'd you say to me?" Like
starts on getting Sperry's.
Yeah. Starts getting real angry.
Right.
And so he's a little hothead, yada yada yada. Well, I have another friend also named Bailey. We'll call him Bailey D. So he's sitting in the corner. He might have had, I would say, maybe too much to drink. And so he's sitting in the corner, and he's just like this. Like I'll even zoom in on my face, but he's just like,
he's got that look on him.
Like he's just licking his chops, ready to attack anything. And so all of a sudden, like I'm like right there next to him, just like seeing if anything's gonna escalate. Well, this kid like keeps getting mad. Well, Bailey D in the corner was like, I guess he had enough, because all of a sudden he comes in and Superman punches this kid right in the face. All right, so Superman punches this kid. Now I don't know if it's the same kid or someone else, but obviously all of his frat buddies are there, and one of them rears back to punch Bailey D and elbows Sam's girlfriend Molly in the face. And I was like, oh, hell no. And so I went on him and punched him in the face, and then all of a sudden, like, it's like Paris versus fraternity. Like all these kids from Paris, and like they're like, you don't mess with like one of us.
It's like every hometown summer movie.
Yes, basically. It's like, I mean, it's like Footloose, but like we don't dance.
Right.
Like
we ain't dancing, boy.
Like, I mean, we went at it. I mean, at one point, like there's like 2 or 3 kids, and this is, I guess, one of the good parts about being as big as I was like they looked at me like they were about to hit me, and they looked at me, and I was like, come on. And then they were like, nah. And they turn around.
We just kidding.
I turn around and I see, so there's even a dude bigger than me there. His name's Harley. He's like 6'5", like 305 pounds, like big dude. And I look at him, and he is sitting on the floor, crisscross applesauce, with 2 frat boys like in a headlock. And we're like, Harley, you just keep on clamping on. And he's just like, I got it. Like, he's good. My buddy Ryan, like, he's on this pile, like wailing on a kid. And a cop comes in and tries to like pull him off. And he like shrugs the cop off. And so he was the one guy.
Yeah, of course.
Ended up getting arrested. And so we spent like all night like making sure like Molly was fine, because she got hit in the face, and like got her back to her apartment. Had to go bail Ryan out of jail. My friend Sam wasn't even there at the time, because he was what's it called when you're in a fraternity? He was a pledge.
He was rushing?
Yeah, so he was a pledge.
Oh, okay.
And so he had to be DDs for the
Oh,
other guys. So
I
he's
gotcha.
driving around that night, like
Yeah.
making sure he's getting everyone home.
Right.
You know, the pledge duties.
Right.
And so he actually came and picked us up from the bar and was like I got to get it. Like, I got to go. I got to go pick up my girlfriend. Picked us up. We went to the police station, bailed Ryan out of jail, got that whole thing. I mean, that was a freaking weekend, man. Came back to SWASU, you know.
Right. Little old Weatherford.
Little old Weatherford, and I had a story to tell.
Right.
But yeah, what about you, man? Like, what do you got?
Dude, that it kind of reminds me of you saying that. So there was a notorious like fight that broke out at SWASU. That'd have been my sophomore year. Yeah, my fall semester, my sophomore year. And it's funny because like it's always, like you said, it's always the little guys that like try to start shit, and it gets so old sometimes. But we had a player, I don't know if you remember who it was, but his name was Darian Richards.
Yeah.
And he had a concussion that game, right? And so, you know, obviously, like he was laid out, like on the field. Ambulance had to come and take him off, and so you know,
it was a big ordeal.
Yeah, we thought bro was like going to be out for some weeks.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, he shows up to my house to, you know, party hardy later that night. So, how big of a concussion it actually was, I don't know, but
I feel like if you have an ambulance coming, like I remember being in the stands thinking like this dude broke his spine or something, and the fact that he's at this party like the same night, I'm like, come on, bro, like, did you really have to lay on the ground that long?
Right. Yeah, maybe he was milking it just a little bit, but I mean, you know, he's your teammate. You're supposed to take up for him,
Absolutely.
this or that or another, right? And so we're all in the house, and bro, when I tell you it's packed in here, there's probably 150 people, 200 people in this, you know, half-acre property in this 2,500 square foot home that we just
the red house.
Yeah. Big red house.
Big red house.
We just demolished that mug, but we're all in there, and it's after the game. We're all just hanging out. We're celebrating because we won that game, right? Well, some little kid is like talking shit with all of his friends over in the living room to D Rich, because D Rich, I think, talked to his girlfriend, right? And so he ends up like getting all mad, and so he comes over to him. Or the guy comes over to our buddy, and he's like, he had said something. I wasn't in the room for exactly what he had said, but Brownie came and told me. Brownie's one of my buddies. You know Brownie.
Yeah.
He came and told me like what had happened. He was like, "Hey man, they're trying to mess with so and so. Like he can't be doing that." And Brownie's had a little bit too much to drink, and like I'm like somewhat level headed, somewhat not. You know, it's my house. I'm supposed to be rather responsible, just so nothing gets broken or anything, right?
Yeah.
But as far as anything else, I mean, like I was chill at the moment. Like there wasn't anything that I was too over the top with. Like I hadn't probably drank 3 or 4 beers.
Yeah.
And so we walk into the living room, and we just see this like group of guys over there just huddled up. And like I look at Brownie, I'm like, oh no, we're not about to have this. And so this kid comes walking into the kitchen and comes up to my buddy, and he's like confronting him, and we're like, no bro, like you're not about to fight this dude. Like this bro just had a concussion, like get the fuck out. And so he's like, nah, like this is, you know, this is between me and him. And so me and Brownie, we're like, we look at each other again, we're like, no motherfucker, this is between us and you now. So we grab him, we take him outside, and he's like still trying to get in or whatnot, and he's talking mad shit to us, dude. He's like, man, y'all get out the way so I can beat this dude up, this, that, and another. And all of a sudden, another one of our teammates out of nowhere, probably the only other dude at the party who was smaller than the guy that was messing with my buddy, comes out of nowhere and just clocks him. I was like, uh-oh. And I was, and he gets up and like he pushes AD out the way, and he swings on me and Brownie. And so me and Brownie are like, all right, well that's it. So we tackle his ass to the ground, and his buddies come over and try and help and whatnot. But at this point, I mean, the entire football team is over at our house partying. And so we all just step outside, and we're like, nah, like this ain't about to happen. Like understand how this is going to go very quickly.
Yeah.
You know, and it just, man, all that from, freaking talking to a girl, that blows my mind.
Yeah.
And it just couldn't. Oh, it was funny because we got we never got like the cops called us on us or anything like that because our cars were kind of parked as our fence, and so it all happened within our cars, so no, I could really see or anything.
Yeah.
But dude, that was a wild time. That was a little crazy.
Cops got called in Weatherford for the dumbest crap sometimes, dude.
Dude, no joke. All right, quick story. I was driving around, or we had went to a party, and I parked across the street from somebody's house, and they called the cops on us because we were parked the opposite way, the street, of the way the street was going.
Yeah.
And like, as we're leaving, I'm pulling out, I'm at a stop sign, and I keep going, and immediately cop pulls me over, and he's like, "You know what you did?" I was like, "No, like, what did you pull me over for?"
Yeah.
And he was like, "You stopped on the white line on the stop, or of where the stop sign is." I'm like, "What are you talking about?" Like, you know, those little 3 white lines that he said you didn't stop before them. I'm like, I didn't even see that in my driver's test. Like, what are you talking about?
Yeah. I'm telling you, like, cops in Weatherford must have had
Small town cops. Oh,
they must have just had nothing to do. They had to meet a quota, and so they were like trying to stop anyone for anything. But I mean, that town, I don't know what they thought was going to happen with that town. Like, they thought, oh, we'll put a college here and it's just going to grow. It's probably the worst. It's probably the worst town, one of the worst towns, at least I can think of, that a college is even in.
Yeah, there's nothing to do.
And I know it's Division II, and I know it's like, it's just Southwestern Oklahoma State, but still, like
the closest
at least
thing.
What Southwestern was nice. Like, they had a super nice gym, super nice field.
Yes,
maybe not the best bleachers.
They had
but
a
like,
nice campus, nice classrooms,
I thought
things
so.
like that. Yeah,
I thought like
that's what drew me to SWOSU.
Yeah,
it was like the campus and everything. And I saw the town. I was like, oh, well, at least it's better than Durant.
That's true. That's true. At least we're not at Southeastern Oklahoma State
Exactly. That's the only place that's worse.
Yeah, I totally agree. There was just like, what I will say is, like, the cops there and like the older generation or whatever that live there, I guess it must just be a place where people just go to retire and they just want the simple. I mean, literally everything you could ever want/need was on one street. It was on Main Street.
Yep.
And then like you might turn the corner off Main Street and find a couple things, but other
college,
than that, there was nothing there.
No, Lucille's Roadhouse was my favorite. My favorite place.
I thoroughly liked. Oh man, I think the Qdoba there. I know Qdoba's a big chain, but Qdoba there hit different because they did some deal where on Tuesdays they did like half price tacos.
Did they really,
dude? Like, I would load up. I'd get like 8, and
I had no idea.
And they don't do that anymore. It was half price, and I think you got a free drink if you showed your SWOSU ID or something like that. But I thought SWOSU overall was like a pretty nice school, just in a crappy place.
Yeah. I agree. I mean, their cafeteria was like, the actual calf was, I mean, I've had worse calf food, that's for sure.
Oh yeah.
So, but their like little dog den or whatever it was, that was cool.
Yeah. I liked their what's the place called? The rec, like the rec center and stuff was nice. They had a good gym in the rec center.
They did. I have a question though for you. Did they promise you when they recruited you that they would be redoing the stands?
Yes. So it's kind of funny. When they recruited me, they basically offered me, and I don't know if they knew this or not, but they basically offered me everything I was already receiving for my GPA and my ACT test and stuff.
Really?
They were like, oh, well, we'll give you like free room and board. And I was like, I already have free room and board. Like, think again.
Right.
And then they're like, oh, well, we'll pay for and they just started listing off stuff, and I didn't go there for free. Like, I had to take out loans and stuff, but I was like, you could at least like pay for my tuition or something.
Right.
Like, if you're gonna pay for my room and board,
right?
Okay, like,
I mean, waive my out of state tuition or something.
Yeah, and I think I even still got. I think they offered that second, and I was like, I already have that waived. Like, I don't need that. It's like, if you're going to offer me free room and board, okay, yeah, that's fine. Take that price and put it towards my tuition, because I probably could have went to school for free if they would have taken that money. And I don't know how it works with,
or
like,
even with your meals.
Yeah,
like free meal card.
Yeah,
oh, dude, those meal cards used to slap.
If you give me a 21 meal card for the week, I promise I'll make use of that, man. Or what was the highest you get? 19, I think. Or
19, because they would only serve
two meals on Saturday, Sunday.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. And you'd have to go to the like store.
C-store.
Yeah, the C-store and buy snacks, dude.
Man,
what a time.
Throwback.
Yeah, no joke. Good stuff.
Yeah, we'll have to talk more about old Swasu sometime.
No joke. Go
Maybe
back.
we go.
Oh, don't do that to me.
No, we could go and do a
we
beer
could.
review. Do
It
you
would
know
be
anyone
funny.
that still lives there?
Oh yeah, Cal Baker.
Does he? Oh, I
Yeah.
love Cal. He's a coach there now.
He is a coach. Man, that dude is doing great, I think. So
Good.
yeah, I think if we hit him up, he would definitely be willing to at least like show us the ropes of Weatherford again.
I think that'd be sick.
That would be fun.
We got to do that. That could be like our first trip because obviously like we want to get to a point where like we're doing kind of like trips like that here and there,
Right.
where we're going to college towns or we're going to places to drink specific stuff. But I think for our first, like if we did like a first video, right, on our YouTube at 2 Beers and a Mic, by the way, we could go back to Weatherford and just like hit up some of the, I don't even remember what bars. We could go back to the V.
Yeah, VFW.
or we're old enough now.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
I'd be like, hey, like you can ask for me for my ID now because like you didn't before, but and I was 19, but
I'm just gonna give it to you just cause.
yeah, just because.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know I don't need to.
Man, I wish I still had my student ID
Oh,
just to like
Look at it.
I don't know. Anyway,
that's funny. No, yeah, I think that's a good idea.
but I think that's a perfect time. We'll wrap up this one with our draft list.
Yeah,
Of
our
Our
ickies.
icks. Ooh. Yeah. Things that make our mind I don't know, shudder with
Jaw
disgust.
clench, mind shudder,
Just the nastiness.
bowels move.
So let's grab, we bought this like right off rip. Never used it yet.
Ever.
We have the spin wheel.
Spin wheel.
So we're going to spin the wheel to see who gets the first pick in our draft picks.
This is a beautiful spin wheel.
Yeah, about $19.99 on Amazon.com. So here's the spin wheel. I will zoom in on it. But Stone, you want to give that a spin for me?
Hey.
Oh, maybe a little more? Okay, there we go.
There we go.
And it landed on, I can't see it, but me. I will get first pick. All right. Sweet. So let me put this up. Get on my handy dandy notes app.
Yeah. Brought to you by Apple.
Brought to you by Apple. Apple, if you're looking out there, we would love a sponsorship.
Yeah.
Free
Mac.
I mean, come on, Tim Cook. Hit us up.
Really.
Come on.
Worth it.
Okay. Number one on my draft list of icks. People who eat with their mouth open. I don't mind like noises, okay?
Yeah.
Like I am a loud eater myself. I will agree. and the only person that and the reason I know this is because my fiance Tate will tell you.
She'll make it a point.
Oh, she will look at you and be like, really? Really? Like, you're going to chew that loud? And I'm like, I'm just chewing.
Yeah.
Or I'm just drinking. Like, when I drink a soda and I'll like gulp or something, I'll go like, she'll look at me and be like, did it have to be that loud? And I was like, I'm just drinking my drink. Like, can I just live?
Please leave me alone.
But like, people who legit though are like chewing with their mouth open, they can at least help that. Some people are just loud eaters. I get that.
Yeah.
But the people that chew with their mouth
smack.
open. Yes. Oh, dude. That's like really like that's gross.
Yeah.
That's gross. It makes me do that little shudder.
Yeah.
But what's your number one?
Rigor? All right. My number one is cracked lips.
Ooh.
Like if you're talking to somebody and like every time they like move their mouth, you can see their lip just cracking a little bit more.
That's gross. You don't have to describe it to me. I get what you're saying.
Everybody had that kid in like high school too, all the way down to grade school that they always had like nasty dry lips. And
what do you think? Okay, so I firmly believe this is kind of like a myth that I believe. I think if you use chapstick, right, like religiously, that chapstick dries your lips out more and requires you to use it more, because I don't on purpose. Now, I don't think I necessarily have. Now, there are times when it's like cold outside or like real dry, and then my lips do get dry. And
it's Carmex mainly, I think.
But I think like Tate uses Aquaphor now, but she's using Aquaphor like 10, 15 times a day. And I'm like, really? Like my lips don't get chapped, and it's because I actively avoid
I put it on
using
at night,
chapstick.
and sometimes like when I'm out like training during the day, training dogs, and it gets windy or whatnot, then I will. But yeah, cracked lips, no go. All right, what's your next one?
My number 2, draft number 2, would be short guys who act tough.
Short guys.
Like I've never had a guy ever that was like significantly smaller than me swing on me, but they will talk mad crap.
Oh, yeah.
Like nobody's business.
Oh yeah.
They think that they know everything, and they'll talk all the time about like, oh, like I may be smaller than you, but I pack a wallop. Like, get out of here. Like, just get out of here. Flick you away. Yeah. Let me just you know,
Get out of here.
get out of here. But
Yeah.
short guys that act tough, it's just like even if you see it like just around, or like short guys who, and you know, there's some short kings out there. We wouldn't have tall men if we didn't have short kings.
That's true.
But you know, I think like even if you see like a short dude at a bar, and it's usually short frat boys, like I explained to you, you know, Vineyard Vines to the nines. And they're treating their girl like crap.
Yeah.
And it's like, dude, like you, for some way, shape, or form, like you scored this woman, you know,
Yeah.
she happens to be a beautiful woman, and you're like, and you're gonna treat her like crap because you're short. Like they just have a temper.
Yeah.
Like a small fuse.
Little man syndrome.
That's what we call it.
Yeah.
And nothing against short people, you know.
No.
We need them
Only
out
the
there.
angry ones.
That's right. Only the angry ones.
Yeah.
Yes. So that's my number 2 on Icks. It's just always like makes me like get out of here. Like it's just like annoying. More
Yeah.
annoying than anything. I don't know if it's ick, but it's annoying.
Yeah. Okay. We're going down that ick route. I thought we were doing icks of like
Oh, we can do it however you want, how you see fit.
Okay.
I
Okay.
can't speak.
Okay. Well, all right. Well, then my second ick would be. All right. So I'm very happy whenever, you know, your significant other can be comfortable around you.
Oh,
right?
wow, we're getting into it. All right.
Right. But
okay.
my number one ick is like whenever you're on like a first date or like just fairly new to somebody and they just like start talking about their poop.
Oh my gosh.
You know,
I don't know that's where you were going with that.
I swear.
They just started talking about their poop.
I swear, dude.
What? This has happened to you more than
Oh
once?
yes, and like not just I'm not talking about like, you know, color, things like that, but like, oh, like I have to poop really bad and like just can't stop talking about it. Like you've never had one of those, bro. It was, oh my gosh, yeah, man. It was one first date, like, and it was back in high school and it was going rather good. But then she just like we were in the middle of the movie and she just kind of leaned over to me and she said, "Hey, I gotta poop." And I was like, "What?"
Congratulations.
I was like, "Okay, yeah, go to the bathroom." And she goes, "No, like it's bad." I'm like,
Go.
like please, like I don't want to be here whenever you explode.
What do you mean no? Like
Right.
no, it's bad. Like,
Right. And it's just, man, and she just went into detail. She goes, "Yeah, my stomach's really hurting. I haven't been," or she said something about, not like exactly like this. But she said something along the lines of like how her bowels haven't been moving properly this week. And I'm like, all right, we got to be done. I swear this was only like our second or third date. I'm not gonna name her name, but bro, it was, oh my God, it was the worst thing in the world. Like it was, at that point, I was just like, I've discovered a new ick.
You're like, we're going to sit down here in a second. We're going to talk about proper things to talk about.
Yeah.
On the first few dates.
Yeah. I mean, it just
Your poop, maybe not one of them.
probably not a good idea. She should have taken that class that those small town girls used to take whenever they were
Oh, the cotillion?
Yes, cotillion.
Yeah. Did you get invited to your cotillion?
We didn't have cotillion, man.
Oh man,
Grew
I
up
got
in
invited.
Dallas.
I got invited to a cotillion, and I was like, no way.
No. I never got the pleasure. I was fat growing up, so
Yeah, I was just a beanpole, so I don't know why I was invited, but
they liked you. You were tall.
whatever. I guess I whatever happened, I scored with the person I'm with now. So who
Yeah,
needs a
that's true.
cotillion?
Yeah. Well, poop talk.
Yeah,
Number
poop
2.
talk. Poop talk number 2.
What's your number 3?
My number 3 is people in the gym who grunt or scream when doing a lift. Yeah, like I get it. When I bench and stuff, I will like,
You're like,
I'll be like, oh, or like, like
Yeah,
something
yeah,
like
yeah,
that.
yeah.
Like, but I will never be like,
Let's fucking go.
yeah, like screaming at the top of my lungs to get a lift up. Like, I feel like if anything, that's just expending energy.
My trend meter really goes off whenever I start hearing that. It's like, boop, 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 boop.
Yeah. Oh, steroids. Oh, yep, there we go.
Trend.
The trend train.
Yeah, the trend train.
Choo-choo. Yeah, the trend train. Yeah, it's those ego lifters, and it's like, you really want us to look at you and while you lift. Like, that's the only reason.
You know who else that tends to be a lot of the time?
Oh,
The short guys.
the short guys.
The short angry
It's
guys.
the short angry guys. Yeah, you're right.
It's okay. though. Again, nothing against our short kings.
No. Just don't scream
Yeah.
at the gym. There's no need
Yeah.
for that.
Unless you're Chris Bumstead or nationally competing, then you
If
can do whatever
fit
the hell you want.
profile,
Yeah.
and I look at you and I'm like, okay,
Yeah.
sir, like, do what you will. But it's not typically those guys.
If you look like me and you're screaming, yeah, I'm
you're
gonna
deadlifting
yeah.
225, you probably don't need to be screaming.
Yeah, please shut up.
Just
If you're under 4 plates, no screams.
no screams. 4 plates and above, you can scream.
Yeah. 4 plate. I don't even think I've ever touched 4 plates. On deadlift, yeah. On deadlift, I could do 4 plates. I think that was my max, actually.
I don't do deadlift just because it's the harm for your back is like,
Yeah.
I feel like way more.
I think I
It's
might
way
have done
more
sumo,
serious.
though.
Sumo's good, but a lot of people don't consider sumo.
And that's what I was going to
legit.
say. Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
But I don't really care.
I don't care.
Like, I mean, about sumo. I'm not about your
Still
deadlift.
lifting.
Sorry,
Come roll with
that
me.
could have came off really. I don't really care about what you have to say about your sumo lift, but no, I'm just kidding.
No.
Yeah, I mean, I stick to the basics.
Yeah, I'm with you. All right.
What's your number 3?
All right, my number 3, I'm going to switch it up because I'm not going to do one of those, but just because it kind of came to mind, whenever I'm in jiu-jitsu and my training partner isn't wearing a rash guard under his gi. So it's
just hair?
So it's just hair and sweat and the smell of onion and garlic, and bro, it's ruthless.
Is he Arabian?
Sometimes actually, he's Arabian and American.
Really?
No joke. Yeah, I kid you not. One of them is him and another guy who's a redhead. Always has to be the redheads who don't wear rash guards. Only 2. I kid you not. But they're both purple belts, and so they beat my ass constantly. And so I don't really have an option whenever they're just putting pressure with their chest in my face. I'm just kind of sitting there like.
Just like, what did you have? Like,
Yeah.
What did you? It's like that episode of SpongeBob where he eats that like onion and ketchup
Oh
stew.
yeah.
And it's like I'm ugly and I'm proud, but they're like they just stink and they're proud. I guess that might be a maneuver they use though. Like, if you stink, maybe that's what you're thinking about instead of getting out of an armbar or whatever the heck, whatever movement.
I'm gonna try it at my next competition.
just
spray that fart spray underneath my gi pants.
Yes.
Oh, dude, I'll make him throw up.
Yeah. Because if you throw up, I'm sure that means disqualification, right?
Oh, for sure. I'm gonna make you tap.
Yeah.
This coach is gonna ask him, "Why'd you tap?" Coach, his
stinks.
ass smelled so bad
He stinks. He does not wipe with a bar of soap in his crack.
at all. God, dude. Man. That gets so gross because sometimes they don't wash their gi.
I was gonna say, I was just gonna say BO altogether. Like,
BO
if
is
I'm-
total ick.
if I'm on a plane and Southwest Airlines, man,
That's the spirit.
I love Southwest Airlines. If you want to sponsor Southwest, we're here for you. But man, like, there's just so many questionable people that fly Southwest.
Yeah.
And it's like they come and sit next to you and you're really, man, like, that's what you had to eat today, or you really avoided deodorant the last 3 days before you got on a plane.
Right.
At least, like, if you're gonna be on a plane with 160 plus people, at least like attempt to cover yourself up. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Wear like a spray of Axe at the very least.
Even Axe. I don't mind Axe. Like, Axe in itself is an ick, but it's at least better than body odor.
Yeah, it'll bring me a little bit of nostalgia back. Bad nostalgia, but
Oh man, am I in middle school again?
I swear, dude, walking into that locker room after athletics just full of Axe spray.
Athletics. That's what we called it. Athletics.
Athletics, we did call it athletics.
But-
not PE.
Yeah. All right, man.
Cool,
Well,
man.
heck yeah, good pod.
It was a good pod.
Good stuff.
I appreciate your list.
Yeah, I appreciate yours.
Icks to stay away from.
So, if any of you out there have any other significant icks, leave a comment down below on our YouTube page.
Yeah, or ick categories.
Instagram page. We will be posting our ick draft list, and I want you guys to go vote on what you guys think is
The better draft
the
list.
better draft list. And what we'll say, how about we say this? Loser takes a shot of one of these 3 liquors here, and we'll do that on the next pod. We'll say loser of the last draft list, this was who it was, and loser has to take a shot.
That works for me.
All right, man.
Cool.
I'll check you later.
Yeah, good pod. See you.
See you.